create a different outline that doesn't go a lot of that stuff.
One more quick question.
Yeah.
Yes.
Do you have some kind of a catch-all clause, basically along the lines of all other animals permitted at the discretion of council? I'm just remembering from a decade ago reading an article about some guy that caught a wild fawn and kept it in his home for years.
Yeah, wild animals are not.
They're completely prohibited.
Yeah, there's a whole section, we have a section of.
I would hate to not give us the opportunity to have at least a say if somebody comes up with an animal that isn't on your list,
Well, you're talking about under the definition of fowl?
et cetera.
Yeah, well, so that's strictly just for fowl, that section that we're dealing with. There is a wild animal section, but that's a totally different part of the.
How do we deal with people who have federal or state licensing for birds of prey?
Yeah, I think that's also in that wild animals.
That's also in that
I
section?
think so. I think there's an exception. I have to go back and look at it. I think it's only one section, and it's only about a paragraph.
I just hope to have a clause that says that we, the council, have the right to take action if somebody comes up with a clever pet that we didn't think about when we wrote the ordinance.
Sure, yeah.
So I'm curious, why are we going after fowl?
It was suggested, I think, by numerous members of the public that were at certain meetings,
To your committee meeting?
What's that?
These folks came to your committee meeting?
No, they have not yet.
So this is just word of mouth then?
Well, no, I mean, I personally heard them mention it in a couple of meetings.
There have been a variety of comments,
About
ancillary to other discussions about chickens.
Chickens, roosters mainly, but chickens in general. But again, looking at a lot of these similar towns, they do have, they all have something if they're allowed. They're either prohibiting chickens entirely, or they have a framework for the keeping of hens. Most of them didn't even deal with other fowl. It's almost exclusively just the keeping of hens is the way they refer to it. And like, was it Sunburst, I think, or Hot Springs, they only have like 2 or 3 paragraphs. One of the other ones is like a 3-page deal. Belgrade has ridiculous like applications, permitting, I mean, it's a stack of paperwork and a pretty thick ordinance. Yeah, so I mean,
it's being added because there is nothing that really exists.
The only thing that we have currently says nothing about the numbers, nothing about the types. It just says keep them enclosed, they can't run at large. So.
Well, I personally feel targeted by this.
Oh, okay.
So
How
that's
many?
why I'm asking.
How
I have
many?
5 geese.
You have 5 geese?
Yes.
Okay.
And my neighbors appreciate them.
Yeah. Well, so geese are under the definition of fowl.
No, I understand that.
Yeah.
But now you're gonna tell me that I have to start permitting my geese.
Okay.
And I also don't agree with the fact that you guys are having 4-H'ers have to pay more money on top of what they're doing to have a 4-H animal.
Well, we talked about exceptions to that for the 4-H project.
However, these are good discussions.
Yeah.
No, I mean.
Do we want to be a restriction accept, or do we want to be a permission accept?
Right.
Well, and we also talked about not having a fee at all. That was just this is like the initial, discussion, just a permitting.
I mean, and I understand it if it's reasonable, but I don't know why, I just feel targeted.
Yeah.
And I felt targeted by the GIS mapping too, and that was just general all animals.
Yeah.
So, I mean, and I'm sure most of the other folks that have just general chickens within their backyard that are, away and properly penned are probably gonna feel the exact same way.
Sure. Okay.
And just not me.
Yeah. Well, it doesn't need to be like an additional source of revenue. Like I said, we talked about, not.
For the most part, we have people that are pretty responsible with their birds and things, but it would be good to have in place.
And I
When
completely
you
understand.
do not have those responsible people, and it becomes a health hazard and a safety hazard. For
That
the
portion
public.
I do understand.
Now I'm going to point out that what will come to council and be available for public review is a draft, and modifications can be offered and move forward with any of these.
All of it, yeah.
Yeah, and I would just say, to be perfectly clear, we're not trying to make this onerous on people
No, and I understand that, but it just seems like every discussion that we were having is centered around that specific area.
Hmm.
And there's a lot of other things that are in the animal ordinance that aren't being discussed, so I just keep hearing about the fowl.
Cause that's where we're at right now in that section.
Yeah.
We haven't moved on from there
No,
yet.
I understand that,
Yeah.
that's just my personal point of view,
Yeah.
so.
Yeah, Angie, I'll be perfectly honest, I kinda started with that one because I felt like I could get it done quickly, and it was more of a softball than diving into George's dog ordinance. and
No, yeah,
everything.
I understand,
Yeah.
I just wanted, it just seems like it was, that one specific area was being targeted, and I just didn't understand the fee
Yeah.
structure for having to permit a
Yeah.
chicken,
Mhm.
or if it's,
Mhm.
or a parrot, or, it just seems
Yeah.
a ton much for me.
I used to have Quaker parakeets, trust me, there would be many people in the public who would want me to permit Quaker parakeets. Loud.
Thank you.
Yep.
Okay, thank you, appreciate that. Any comment from our public? Eric, how about a public works report?
The pool's running. The thing that I'm running into a little bit is I guess the kids are getting cold on me. So anyway, what happened is the boiler tripped out, got it reset. So anyway, got that going. The water going up to the transmission main, you'll see that pipe in North Harrison there at the intersection. That's our chlorination point for going up there, getting that water clean. We will know tomorrow how successful we were on doing that, making sure we meet the 20-second deadline for potentially filling the water tower. So, but unfortunately at this point I don't have any further information on that. This is actually really important. Mayor, I apologize to tell you earlier. They're potentially going to paint the fog line in the center line this week. Coming through town. It's going to be a different crew that paints the crosswalks themselves. Where that causes a problem for the city is just public notice, ironically, website we're all talking about, and making sure that the street is clean, or clear, and then potentially around the corner of each block. So if there was any painting that needed to be done on the sidewalk, for that.
When's that scheduled?
What's that?
When's that scheduled?
This week. This week. Yeah. So anyway.
Maybe tomorrow?
Maybe
tomorrow?
It could be tomorrow. Yeah, it could be tomorrow. I'm really hoping, the new superintendent will give me a little bit more notice than that. But might need to get it on the city Facebook and then on the city website and see what we can do from there. But anyway, and garbage was also mentioned. I didn't send a picture to everyone, but I sent a picture to Angie and to Peter. If you can show your fellow council members, there was a garbage can half full of concrete, today that was found. So, anyway, maybe it didn't come through.
Yeah, no, I got it.
You got it, but anyway, I can forward it to the rest of you guys as well.
I got it.
But, anyway.
What do you even do with that? You have to just take it by hand to get for a truck, or?
That garbage can was extremely isolated. I told them if they want their trash emptied, that better be out of there.
Where
So
was that
anyway.
at, Eric?
What's that?
What part of town was it at?
It was on the south side of town.
Oh, man, we're always getting a bad rap.
That sounded like it.
Don't worry, the north siders are just as good.
Okay. Anything else?
What else do you wanna know?
I was just mentally going through, okay, water, sewer's going okay.
Sewer's going good. Ironically, I finally got all the parts for that goofy blower that went down, and it's finally all put together. That, I might need a new vendor. That place is atrocious.
Okay.
But anyway, the rest of the people I got vendors for out there is awesome, but that particular vendor is atrocious. But anyway.
Okay.
Are we still on for the week of the 22nd?
That's all gonna be so dependent on if the line is cleared up by that time. So we don't wanna put any other water any further place. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
How's that going?
What's that?
How's How's that going?
Going great.
The,
Great.
the chlorination process was today, or yesterday?
Yesterday.
Yesterday,
And my first samples were taken, actually yesterday, but dropped off this morning, cause
Okay.
we finished taking them too late, couldn't get them in last night, so. Yeah.
The sweep up process for the chip seal on Pine and the other streets?
Oh, thank you. I've heard so many different things of how long to actually let your chips sit. Timmy Rouser, my predecessor, always let them sit for 7 days, and he had outstanding luck, so that tomorrow's 7 days, so we're gonna start picking them up. Well, I do have a small dig to do tomorrow morning, but after that, the plan is to start sweeping.
Okay.
So, and I know and understand there's so much information out there about when you can pick them up. Tim always went 7 days and had great luck, so that's why I'm going with that, so.
okay, thanks. Carrie? Anything to report?
No.
All right, thank you. How about the fire department?
I know
Okay,
Pete well.
sweet. Hey, so, a reminder, I will be out of town the remainder of the week. Will be in Billings, can come back if I absolutely need to, just need about 3 hours notice.
Down here.
And Angie is here. With respect to the Massa Park lease agreement, I have a letter from Nelson Law Office in Hamilton. I represent Penny and Mike Massa regarding Massa Park. We received your letter of April 30th, 2026, along with proposed lease for the upcoming year. Unfortunately, Massas have decided to decline effective immediately. I'm not going to go into the rationale because it would be a waste of time and effort. Bill Nelson. I was aware that this letter would be coming, and in light of that, I told Eric if he had not turned the water on at Massa Park for sprinkling, do not turn it on, and if he had turned it on, turn it off